What is up, Vape fam? Joe Of All Vapes coming at you from the Vape Grotto. Springtime is in full swing here in my backyard. Okay, I'll admit it, this is not a rented space, but what you see behind me is a rare breed indeed. It is sunshine. And for the Pacific Northwest, we don't get a whole heck of a lot of that even in spring, you know what I'm saying? So I could not resist coming outside and talking about some tasty e-juice going on here. So Sideways Sauce is a brand we're talking about today. I should touch base on the fact that Sideways Sauce is the same brand that brought you the Suit e-liquids review that I did a while back. I actually got some pretty good views from that one. So hopefully I'll get some solid views from this as well. We'll see, you know, it depends on what we're talking about. Now, got to stay hydrated, you know what I'm saying? Now, to Sideways Sauce credit, I've been sitting on this stuff for a while, but you'll have to kind of bear with me because they had the loving audacity, hang on, this is going to be worth it, to send me 17 bottles of their juice. And yeah, needless to say, this took me about a month to get through because I am spreading myself a little bit thin nowadays. I've got a lot more hardware reviews as well as juice reviews that I'm doing. So I'm trying to fit everything nice and thin along with the new baby that I got coming. So you can guarantee that my calendar book is stretched out about as far possible into the new year as I can possibly get. But I'm not going to go through all 17 plus bottles with you here because that would break it down into about a 45-minute review. So what I'm going to do is basically give kind of a blanket rating of all of the flavors in my rating, my 1 to 5 rating that I've given before on some of the use that I've done. I'm going to give you a little bit of a brief run through as to what they've given me on some of their best sellers on the flavor card here, and then we're going to go through about 4 of the flavors out of all the ones that we have here, just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea as to what we're talking about. So now let's get into the flavors. First they have Trix, which is pretty much a fruity cereal blend. Carmana, which is a caramel dipped banana. Sounds pretty darn good, right? WCT, which is a white chocolate drizzled toffee. Actually, that one was pretty darn tasty. Nuts and Nilla, hazelnut and vanilla bean. Then they have Bon Jolly, Happy Rancher candy. You know, copyright issues going on here, you know what I'm saying? Every Sunday, which is a vanilla custard. Mama J's, which is a custard pear with a hint of strawberry, another one of my faves. 786, which is a key lime cookie. Nut and Honey, which is, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Belgian, which is a Belgian waffle topped with strawberry and whipped cream. Tasty stuff. Watermelon Mango, again, self-explanatory. Lizard Spit, which is a dragon fruit and raspberry. BBP, Blueberry Parfait. Boomberry, which is 6 different berries. And then Trifecta, which is peach, mango, and strawberry blend, okay? So what I'm going to do is pull out 4 of these flavors for you, and we're going to go through these 4. Now that we've gone through kind of some of the flavor profile, I want to give you that blanket rating. So first of all, consistency and profile. I like to start with that. Profile basically states that whatever is touted in the flavors is exactly what you're going to be tasting in the e-juice. Consistency basically states that it tastes quality up to the standards of the profile. So one thing that I will say about a lot of the flavors from Sideways Sauce is that though the profile is fairly straight up and the consistency is good too, I think the flavors could have been professed and conveyed a little bit more strongly, let's say with oomph, okay? Let's put it that way. I'm going to try and get as much proper grammar in here as possible. The consistency and the profile pretty much back to back, but they weren't all that high up in the flavor category. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 as far as that is concerned, okay? Sweet, on the other hand, is going to get a 4 out of 5 as well because it was sweet, but not massively sweet. Now, that's not really a knock. It's not really a pro or a con. It's just a fact, okay? It's there. Cloud production, on the other hand, is going to get about another 4 out of 5. I don't know the exact PG to VG ratio on this, but let me give you an example. A decent amount of cloud production, just not massive and huge through the roof, okay? The throat hit on this stuff is unfortunately extremely high. That's going to get a 5 out of 5 on the throat hit. It is very harsh for me. And I've tried each and every one of these flavors. The only flavor that I liked, actually 2 out of the flavors that they sent me, was the WCT, which is the white chocolate with caramel drizzle. and the nut and honey flavor. Okay, those are the only two that maybe get about a 4 out of 5. Okay, maybe a 3.5 if I'm stretching it. I can't take a high throat hit. And before you guys start knocking me with Joe, what's your nicotine level on this? I'm only working a 3 on this stuff, guys. That's what they sent all of this stuff in. So, of course, this is just my personal opinion, but let's get on with the flavors, okay? Talking about the nut and honey right now. The one thing I will say about the nut and honey flavor, really good quality in terms of profile and consistency. Everything is present. You got a nice oaty blend, kind of a creamy consistency going on, a little bit of milkiness going on in the back end, and of course, a nice sweet honey flavored attributed to the whole name of the aspect. I actually tried some of this stuff the other day with a cup of coffee, and I thought it paired very well. It's a nice breakfast blend. I don't like a lot of cereal blends because they can sometimes be way too fruity, but there are other cereal blends out on the market other than just fruit blends. The nut and honey was really, really good. The thing that kind of throws me on this in terms of the throat hit is that the smell is absolutely on point. So it might make a good cologne on top of the fact that it actually tastes pretty good, even though the consistency and the profile only get a 4 out of 4, but they're back to back. So at least they parallel each other, you know what I'm saying? Going on to the next flavor, the watermelon mango. This one is a really good one. The mango quality comes through and just kind of smacks you in the face. The mango actually tastes pretty natural on this stuff. I mean, solid, good, nice mango flavor. The watermelon, as per usual for a lot of e-liquids that I've tried, is very, very light, but it is present, so that's why the profile and the consistency get a 4 out of 4 blanketed on most of this stuff. It's pretty solid and it's pretty present, very true to nature, but it comes in on the back end. So I think you're going to taste the watermelon more on the exhale than anything. However, it is a good binary flavor, so you are going to get both of them at the same time, just not massively kick in the face kind of stuff. Oh, and it has a pretty little pink hue to it too, just in case you want to get a dabble of something extra special while you're vaping, you know what I'm saying? So moving on to the Mama J's. This one was the custard pear with a hint of strawberry. Now, pear is a really good flavor to blend with a lot of creamy custard blends, milkiness and stuff, because unlike a lot of other fruits out there, it has more in common with banana, believe it or not, because it is a very mellow, sort of an earthy flavored tone and consistency to it. Where banana has kind of the same attributes, it has its own natural kind of a creaminess to the flavor consistency, but pear does not, which is why it pairs so well with a lot of creamy custards and caramel flavors. Now, the strawberry on the back end, a little bit of a stronger berry than most other berry flavors, but it is still lighter than the initial pear and custard blend. So once again, coming up on the back end, it blends really well, good exhale. If you can get past the throat hit, it's a really, really good experience. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next flavor, which is Trifecta. This one is probably my favorite fruit blend out of all of the ones that Sideways Sauce makes. This one is a peach, mango, and strawberry. And on first inspection, olfactory-wise, the mango and the peach come through just pounding, okay? The mango on this is really, really solid. It comes through very tasty. The peach is a wonderful blend and a very good complement to the mango. The strawberry, once again, getting a little bit overshadowed by the mango and the peach, believe it or not, because peach is usually a light flavor, coming in on the back end and just a little bit more flavorful on the exhale. So, and for a 3 milligram nic amount on all of this juice, I was really kind of shocked and surprised. They have so much good going for them as far as consistency, throat hit. The sweet is decent. The cloud production is not massive, but who cares? The flavor is where it's at. But the nicotine was so harsh on this stuff, I couldn't get past the throat hit to truly massively enjoy most of this stuff. So the one thing that I will say is that my tongue was definitely attuned enough to everything else. Maybe try this stuff in a zero nicotine. I kind of wish I would have known ahead of time, or else I would have enjoyed this stuff a little bit more, probably in a zero nic. But the one thing that I will say is that if you can get this stuff in a 1.5 milligram nic count, that might be just a little bit more palatable to your lungs and your throat and convey a little bit more of the natural flavor that's going on with this stuff. So the only thing that I can suggest with Sideways Sauce is that is that temper down the throat hit just a little bit more. If you can get a better nicotine extract working with this stuff, you guys have got winners here. There aren't a lot of companies out there that make a combination of 20 to 70 e-juices that can say that they've got amazing quality for each and every one of the flavors, and you guys are really super close. Just that throat hit was killing it for me, guys. Okay, so bringing this to a swift close, but you guys are glad to not hear my voice anymore, right? Sideways sauce really does have some good flavors going on here. At 3 milligrams of nicotine infusion, the throat hit was way too high and too harsh for me to thoroughly enjoy this stuff as much as I was hoping I would. But I was still able to dig out the fact that the quality of the profile and the consistency were still pretty solid. Not massively high. 4 out of 4 is still pretty damn high on a rating system from 1 to 5. So I would suggest you go onto Instagram, give Sideways Sauce a shot, give them a shout out, tell them that Joe Of All Vapes sent you. Like I said, guys, this is just my personal opinion. I'm laying it out like I experience it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much for tuning in for another one of my reviews. If you've not done so before, smash on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Spread the word here at Joe Of All Vapes on YouTube. Check me out at Joe Of All Vapes on Instagram. We've got so much more cool stuff to talk about in the future. Great hardware reviews, even better e-juice reviews coming up. Tons of stuff for the 2017 vaping year, you know what I'm saying? This is Joe Of All Vapes, your eye in that wonderful Pacific Northwest vaping sky, and in your neck of the woods too, telling you to stay humble. Love yourselves, love each other, and by all means keep it flavorfully spot on, wonderfully cloudy. Hey everybody, this is Joe Of All Vapes. Thank you for watching. For the best in vape reviews, pound that subscribe button, and don't forget, vaping saves lives.